Can I get a glass of water? I'm serious. I'm thirsty. Can I get a glass of water? This is not a prank. You never seen it?
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
no.
He gets a glass of Flint tap water, and I swear to God, he drinks it like this.
Problem
He's
is solved?
bullshitting the world. Watch this.
Can I get some water? I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Usually when something isn't a stunt, you have to say that.
Speaking of Barack Obama, he decided to drop a post on X today, and I thought, okay, maybe in the wake of the Pete Hegseth presser, he's going to say something like, no matter how you feel about the Iranian strike, hats off to our, boys in blue, our guys in the bombers. He went a different way. This is what it was.
Curious how you're thinking about this eulogy specifically in the moment and all the tensions that you just brought out.
I didn't even want to talk. I was so mad. Part of the reason I think I ended up having anything to say.
Barack Obama's carefully built image just underwent a comic demolition, courtesy of Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly. With zero chill and maximum firepower, they blast through the illusions, unmask the contradictions, and convert his legacy into a highlight reel of political theater. No teleprompter can save him now, just naked, uncompromising truth cloaked in stinging comedy. If you believed Obama's charisma could overshadow the criticism, this takedown indicates the spotlight is finally burning holes through the facade.
When they gave that speech, when he gave a speech on television, and everybody was like, this. And then they go, it kind of just went away.
It was one of the most beautiful moments in modern American history. People really actually stood up and stopped.
We'll be remiss if we do not do at least one clip from the Barack Michelle Obama appearance, the podcast, because everybody thinks they're getting a divorce, and let's face it, they probably are. She dragged him onto her show with brother Craig.
Barack Obama could give a TED Talk about brushing his teeth and still somehow seem like he's curing world hunger while soaring on a cloud of self-importance. As he glides through the world on a smug breeze composed of Netflix deals and sentimental speeches, Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly just deflated that overinflated balloon with verbal shivs sharper than Michelle's biceps. Wasn't a courteous nudge, it was a verbal demolition, leaving no place for politically correct fluff or that all-too-familiar Obama halo.
A lot of what they campaigned on, they don't practice at all. Great example is the Obama administration. The Hope and Change website had to be changed because there was a bunch of stuff in there about whistleblowers.
No, I don't think Mr. Snowden was a patriot. I called for a thorough review of our surveillance operations before Mr. Snowden made these leaks. My preference would have been for a lawful, orderly examination of these laws.
Protecting whistleblowers, which they didn't do at all. There was one of the worst administrations for whistleblowers.
Joe Rogan, who's interviewed everyone from academics to raw liver enthusiasts, couldn't overlook the Obama myth. When a post-presidency tour seems like a cash grab cloaked in old campaign rhetoric, it's fair game. Rogan called out the hypocrisy of a man claiming to understand the people while living behind guarded homes, flying private, and watching his wife pose in Vogue like royalty.
It's definitely not helping the Democrats knowing what we now have confirmed about Biden.
Give me some volume and go full screen.
What you know now, do you wish you had a third term? You know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony, I'd be fine with that.
We know he wasn't really running the country.
Yeah.
We used to think he was actually running the country, and now they're like, no, he didn't even see those executive orders. That was all auto.
While Obama was out here getting prizes for simply being, Megyn Kelly wasn't letting the narrative slide. She came in swinging with her signature delivery, part news anchor, part courtroom closer, and part stress mom finding her kid lying about homework. She unpacked the Obama period like a closet of fine suits that somehow stayed stylish despite collecting dust. Her favorite target? The shiny illusion of Obama as the faultless, untouchable figure of hope, change, and infinite wisdom. Spoiler alert, Megyn destroyed that image with the accuracy of a TSA inspector who just identified a questionable liquid.
Like, maybe it's the old sperm, maybe it's not the vaccine that's causing the autism.
Yeah,
you know, why don't you look at that?
They'll never let that secret out.
Good luck with that one.
That may be the key behind all the defunding everything.
What? What is this? This is just some grievance fest again with two of the most privileged women on earth who are really bitter against men.
And no, they didn't spare Michelle. If Barack was the voice, Michelle was the brand. She turned kale into punishment, preached equity in $1,000 heels, and served quinoa to kids while her family dined in luxury. Rogan didn't hold as a luxury tour disguised as public service. He trashed the image, comparing it to a showy garage gym with hollow weights. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly mocked Obama's Nobel Peace Prize like a participation medal for not being George W. Bush. That Peace Prize...
Rivers said that Michelle Obama was a man before she died.
Was that a joke? I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a joke too, but the way she said it wasn't like jokey. She was like, oh, come on, everybody knows Michelle Obama's the man.
Like,
remember that?
Yeah, like, would Big Mike kill you for that?
It's aged about, as well as a Blockbuster membership. She lambasted the surveillance state like an NSA audit. Remember when Obama extended snooping while smiling for photo ops like reading Rainbow? Megyn didn't forget. She cited declassified memos, not just positive feelings. Hope and change came with metadata harvesting and drone strikes. Rogan took the torch, criticizing Obama's media legacy. The interviews, films, and softballs from late-night hosts, like a wealthy t-ball game.
A great subject, which is like these rich and powerful people who are totally unaware of how people perceive them and how great their lives are and how little they should be complaining, period, never mind publicly. Which leads me to Michelle Obama. Every day, she's dropped another negativity bomb on us, whether on her podcast or on someone else's. I mean, this audience knows she never says anything positive. It is all complaints. So she goes on another podcast. She's promoting her show, so she's making the rounds. The Diary of a CEO podcast.
How can someone be so relatable while staying miles apart from the people he claims to get? Barack talks about the middle class like it's some alien species. Megyn tore into the patronizing light that precedes him, polished, rehearsed, and empty. He could speak for 15 minutes and still elicit applause like he cured polio. Meanwhile, his record reflects a different story. Record deportations, escalating global crises, and a divided society. Then there's the post-presidency money trail. Rogan blasted the high speaking fees, calling them an insult to anyone with a legitimate job. Hundreds of thousands only to provide a TED-style summary of fame feelings.
So nice to have you both in the same room together.
I know, because when we aren't, folks think we're divorced.
These are the kinds of things that I just miss, right? So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
People think that they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's what she would like people to believe. Like she had one or two public appearances without him, and that's what led to the divorce speculation. That's not quite it, my dear. It's what are the things? Oh, your words.
Megyn called out the Obamas for cashing in on the organizations they previously opposed: Wall Street, media, and publishing. Michelle's now more brand than leader, preaching humility from luxury. Rogan laughed about their hypocrisy, fanning speeches with Whole Foods bags. America anointed a pop culture icon, not a leader. Behind the charm, policy failures, and meaningless rhetoric. Obama's like a life coach who motivates, but never pays the rent.
Instant affectation, like, oh, my man. And like she doubles down in the following clip. It's just over the top. And here it is. 37.
There hasn't been one moment in our marriage where I thought about quitting my man. And we've had some really hard times. So we have had a lot of fun times, a lot of adventures, and I have become a better person because of the man I'm married to.
There ain't been 1 minute when I thought about quitting my man. But she doesn't talk like that, right? Who does she think she's kidding? It's quitting. Like it has no T's or a G. My man. Okay, she's like, there's something going on there where she's really acting in order to be like down home and I love my man and trust me. And like the whole thing to me looked like a complete affectation.
Joe and Megyn said it straight. Today's mess didn't start with Trump or Biden. It was developed throughout Obama's 8 years of charm and ease. You can't just walk away like the cool substitute on movie day. Real leadership is about results, not sensations. Behind Obama's grins, a lot went wrong. Now, as he floats into retirement selling his legacy, Megyn and Rogan make it clear. The myth is dying. They didn't just break the illusion. They turned out the lights and left the stage empty.
More fuel on the fire that there's a potential, maybe a divorce or some sort of rockiness going on in the Obamas' relationship. They both posted these mirrored, very choreographed Valentine's Day messages on X, but he was just seen at an LA, it's the basketball team. What's it called? I can't remember the name. The Clippers, thank you. Game without her. And the LA Clippers. And then with Steve Ballmer, who's the owner, he's been on this show. And then on Tuesday, he was spotted eating out at a fancy dinner in Sherman Oaks with his both daughters, Malia and Sasha, but again, no Michelle, according to TMZ. So
I think they seem to be soft launching their divorce.
Just when the roast cooled, Rogan pushed harder, calling out Obama's legacy obsession. Nothing says authentic like meticulously managing your Wikipedia page while pretending not to care. Obama wants a Mount Rushmore bust and a Ken Burns film narrated by Morgan Freeman, spending more time cleaning his image than brushing his teeth. Rogan blasted the hypocrisy. 8 years of touting transparency, then slipping out while his admin played cloak and dagger with journalists and spying. Yet people still Spotify playlists. Megyn rushed in.
I know, and she's also out on David Geffen's yacht with Oprah. And then, her memoir was named Becoming. Look at me, becoming, with her big face on the front. Like, okay, she's a little drunk on her own wine, but not on Barack's, which is just interesting to me. At this point, after having been First Lady twice, thanks to him, let's face it, Michelle Obama was not some star in her own right. She was a lawyer, I think, at Sidley and Austin in Chicago.
Shredding Michelle's performative politics. Queen of feel-good messages who avoids actual chaos. Selling unity is easy when you never show up to the food fight. Michelle preaches decency, but ignores 8 years of dysfunction. Megyn said it.
When is the last day? Like, when is it? When do they say you got to have your bags packed? You got to get out of here.
I don't know. I should find out. No, it's actually amazing because they literally move all your stuff out in one day. You are living there, and then suddenly it's not all out on the south lawn. I mean, they pack it up, but they will move it to wherever it is that you want to move it to. And so you're living in the White House up until Inauguration Day, and Inauguration Day you're out.
Don't fix neighborhoods, and podcasts don't fix schools. Rogan characterized Obama's flair over substance, a polished facade masking failed promises. The party still cleans up the mess. Discord and disillusionment produced from empty hope. Rogan and Megyn tore down the myth. Enough nostalgia. The show's finished.